Hi, Emmanuel here with T2S. In this demo video, I'm gonna just show you how you can build a very professional infrastructure platform. And this is kind of like, a series of Express web app. You begin with the backend, and the backend allows you to create an infrastructure or a platform where you will store your state file. You will also be able to lock your state file so that you don't have two people working on your infrastructure at the same time using Terraform. And when using Terraform, what happens is you first need to set your infrastructure in a way that you modularize the different components of your infrastructure. You create like a backend folder or directory. This is where you store the key Terraform files. So you have outputs, you have Terraform TF vars, you have main file and output file. I don't know if I said it twice. On the main TF file, this is where you configure your provider. In our case, we'll be using AWS. You're gonna have to configure your bucket because this is where you're gonna store your Terraform state file. And we use variables to allow us to, this is also one of the best practices, right? So you use variables, like in this case, creating an S3 bucket. You use variables to define the name, to input the name of the bucket, as well as the environment. You also make sure that you version your bucket, S3 bucket. This is your storage. You're gonna have to version it. You create this versioning feature as a resource. Finally, you create your DynamoDB table because that's what we'll be using to lock our state file. And you define the billing mode, you define the hash key, and the other attributes that you may want to attach to the DynamoDB table. You review your main TF file and make sure that everything is the way it should be. After you do this, then you're gonna go to the other TF file, and in this case, it's gonna be the variables file. And the variables file, you just define what input or what name you want to use for specific resources that are part of your infrastructure. Like in this case, bucket name and lock table. And we're gonna use string. So these input variables will be strings. That will be the type. Then you add description. Make sure that you also define your region. This is where you're gonna deploy your resources. The other variable that you're gonna have to define, it's environment, because you always have dev, staging, and prod. You can have more than 3 environments. Go to the Terraform TF vars file. This is where you define now your variables. So you give the values, the real values. Like bucket name, the value will be Emmanuel TF state, and then the date, today's date. Lock table, Terraform locks, and then the region will be US East 1. Environment, we're gonna start with a dev environment. So this depends on the naming conventions of your company, whatever requirements your client or your company may have. And once you do this, then you should be set, and you go to the output file. The output file, this is what you want your system to output after applying these Terraform scripts. And in our case, we're just gonna use the bucket name, the DynamoDB table. Those are the 2 things that we'll need to output. So now going to the console, there's nothing on my console as of today, as I'm recording this video. The life cycle of Terraform is like your architect. What we have provided Terraform with, that's the blueprint. So we go to Terraform init, you initialize, then you plan. When you initialize, you download different plugins, providers plugins, and so on. And Terraform plan is to preview. Terraform apply is to apply the changes or the configurations that we have written and defined on our Terraform script. So you see now we have the outputs, and we verified on the console. We wanted to create a bucket and DynamoDB table, and now we decided to destroy everything. And to destroy, you just Terraform destroy, and then you will destroy your entire infrastructure. But when you check, you're gonna see on the in your environment, you're gonna see hidden files, hidden directories. So you're gonna have to make sure to delete all of that. So now the state file, as I said, that's something that you keep in a safe place. And that's why we're using Remote Backend. Instead of keeping this after we deploy the rest of our infrastructure, the components, the other components of our infrastructure, we're gonna make sure that the Terraform state files for all of the other components will be stored on our S3 bucket, to the point that we don't keep those Terraform state files locally on our local machine. And this is pretty much the end of our video and demo today. Thanks for watching, and next time we will have our backend built. Then we're gonna talk about the EKS cluster and how we can provision that. Thanks for watching. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.